partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things.
Yo, face! Yo, your face, please! With sugar on top!
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, y'all, 50 Cent's level of pettiness needs to be studied. And honestly, I don't even think it's pettiness, right? You know when they say that it takes money to go to war? And 9 times out of 10, if you don't have money, you're not going to win the war. I think that's what 50 Cent does with his opponents. And the thing is, a lot of times, the opponents and the people that he's up against, he has more money than them. So not only does he have money, because with money comes power. And with power, it brings you into certain rooms, around certain people, that the average person just can't be around. Not to mention, when you're a favor of someone like 50 Cent, who has had massive success and who has still have success to this day with his TV shows along with his music, you have people that want to be around you, and you have people that want to do business with you. And in this sense, I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. Now, 50 Cent opposed to Jim Jones and Maino. I think business-wise, anybody would choose 50 Cent over Maino and Jim Jones. And it's not about them as people. They basically going off of business, going off your catalog and who you are. They can care less about the whole rapper stuff that's going on. They're about business. And 50 Cent understands that big money talk, the BS always walks. Now, how 50 Cent get access to these people and get their contact information and so forth, I don't know. But as y'all know, the world is very small, and it makes it even smaller when you have money. So with that being said, 50 Cent has a lot of it, and with his level of pettiness, he uses it to his advantage. Now this all started when I guess everybody thought it was a joke or thought 50 Cent was playing, when he said that he will buy not only the building that Jim Jones, Maino, Dave East, and Fabulous shoot their podcasts at, but he will also buy 50% of their podcast. Now, Maino himself even thought he was joking, but when 50 Cent put a number out there and said that they were in debt $200,000 plus, some of us kind of believed it, because where did he get that number from? Obviously, he had to talk to somebody. Obviously, somebody was leaking some type of information to where he got that information that only Jim Jones and Maino would be privy to. Now, before we get into the audio, let's get into how this all started. Now, Jim Jones, Maino, Dave East, and Fabulous, they all shared their opinions on the Diddy documentary that 50 Cent put out, and they had a little bit of negativity to say towards how the documentary was modeled.
Documentary about you. You wanted to be a dope documentary.
Yeah, you gotta be dope.
On who you are, what you've done.
I don't know, boy.
You've accomplished. Like, yeah, documentary is a big thing. Like, you don't want nobody doing a documentary about some, like, trying to just make your whole character look weak. Like, that's petty behavior.
I want to know the company that did it so we can talk, you know what I mean? Because if it's on me, I need, you know what I mean?
I don't understand why that's, like, legal to do, though.
Documentary is more like a mockumentary, shit like that. How can it even be called a documentary, though? You could call a documentary when it's not, when it's...
Once you become, if you're a public person, you're in the news, you can be Googled.
So do you think that is wrong or not?
I think it's wrong.
50 didn't like what was being said, of course, about the documentary, because it's a part of his works and it was #1 on Netflix, and he feels that anybody that talked bad against it is basically trying to sabotage his project. Respectful. So after seeing that the Let's Rap About It podcast had something negative to say about the documentary, he would take to his IG to, of course, speak on it as he would post a definition of what squatters mean and hinted that Jim Jones, Maino, and the rest of them are in debt $200,000+ for the space that they're in, stating that instead of paying their bills, they rather worry about getting fly. He would take to his IG with the caption saying, quote, "These guys are squatters. They owe $250,000 for the space they are filming their podcast. These bums are trying to win Best Dressed Award and can't pay their bills." Now, like I told you on the previous video we did covering this, I don't even know how their overhead gets to $250,000 just for the space alone. I don't know if that includes any type of deals or whatever sponsors, I don't know. But it's no way in hell the space you're in is costing you $250,000, especially for that podcast. I don't know their money, but I can't see that podcast made over $250,000 unless they got big sponsorships or anything else privately that we may not know about. But a lot of podcasters and YouTubers get into this space and they take deals earlier on, and then they end up in situations like this where they don't have real control over something that they created. Now, Maino must have thought 50 Cent was bluffing. He was just talking the talk, because in his story, he would basically tell 50 that if he has the opportunity to buy his space or 50% of their podcast, then he should just do it. Then after, Maino will also go at 50 once more, as he would post a series of pictures, one including 50 Cent in a wig, and he captioned it on his IG stating, quote, "Meet Killer Curly, ladies and gentlemen. He helped me get my record deal before, so I'ma always be grateful, so it's gonna hurt me to drag this ninja to hell. F is the problem, Curtis. What has your G-Unit G-string in a bunch, ninja? Is it the B word or the diabetes? Let's rap about it." Now, it's clear that Maino thought he was bluffing and didn't really pay him no mind, so 50 would give him another warning shot, as he would take to his IG and say, quote, "I didn't have this on my list of things to do, but if you insist, I'll make time. I'm working on buying the space where you film 50% of your podcast. No, I don't cap." Now, I guess Jim tried to get ahead of the curve once he realized that 50 actually wasn't capping, and he knew some behind the scenes things, because according to 50, Jim wired that $200K that they owed over to the landlord after it became viral on social media. 50 will post and caption it saying, quote, "So Jim wired the $200K over? Okay, cool. He may turn out to be a good tenant after all. Samuel, if you need me to make them pay, just give me a ring. I'm here." And sometimes a little social media peer pressure would definitely get the job done, I guess, huh? And I guess he really didn't cap, because as of this morning, 50 Cent will post an audio of a man by the name of Samuel, who is saying that he is the landlord to the space Jim Jones, Maino, and them film at. He also says that he owns 50% of their podcast. Somehow, some way, I guess he got to deal with them. And it's not looking too good, because he's saying that they can't afford the space that they're renting at. Now, before we get into the audio, let's get into the caption that 50 posted attached to the audio. The caption to say, quote, "I don't know why these people start with me. If I wasn't me, I would leave me alone. Get your business together, guys."
Want to rent it. And I said, okay, fine. Right? He's been saying this for since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, "I don't like these terms. I want 6 months of build out." And ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the company. He's not a business. He's insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it's out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed a lease with me. Right now he owes, I'm going to say it in a short way, at least $80,000, if not $180,000. The monthly rent on the old lease, not this.
Well, there you have it. It's not 50 Cent, it's not a blog, it's not nobody else aside from the person who claims to be the landlord saying that Jim Jones and them owe money. Now, anybody else wouldn't really know who this person is, but I'm pretty sure Jim Jones and Maino know exactly who that is and know that 50 Cent ain't capping. Especially, he's being very, very specific about the things that he's willing to sell 50 Cent, and he also said he owns 50% of that podcast. Now, as y'all see, I always say, when you starting a podcast, a channel, a platform of any sort, don't rush in to do any deals, because clearly this overhead is crazy. He's in debt, or they're in debt, however much thousands they're in debt. And here you can see that the guy is saying that their podcast isn't even worth how much they are in debt for. He said it's worth little to nothing. Sheesh. Now, I don't know if Maino is aware of this or who handles their business over there, but I think Maino should have kept a little quiet, because now the cat's out the bag. Not only is 50 trolling, but now he has actually proof of what he's saying, because people thought he was bluffing before. When he said that he was going to buy them out or buy 50% of the podcast, they thought he was just all talks. But clearly he's on the phone with somebody who's threatening and saying that they can make it happen and give him whatever he's asking for. He even said he'll throw it in like it ain't nothing. He said, yeah, I'll just throw that in there too. Clearly he don't care. He just wants to sell it because it's not profitable. It's not beneficial. And he says that he's been owing since October, and he's not trying to tell this man how much money they are generating. So I don't know, man. Like 50 said, they got to get their business in order. It's embarrassing. And for y'all coming up in the YouTube world, if you have something you hold dear to your heart and you're serious about it, hold out. I know there's going to be people that's offering money, but hold out, because a lot of times people find themselves in situations that they can't get themselves out of. And then you got all type of legal problems happening, and it's just something you don't want to go through, man. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. I'm out.